Alright, now on to phase 2 with Gourmet Cooking Easy. So, back at Colonel D Gourmet's Herb Spices over here at Jungle Gyms, we're going to be preparing the grilled cheese. What is feared and what is, admired in so many different ways. There's actually been a big revival of the grilled cheese as of lately, with going into more into everyday restaurants. They're going to be kicking up a notch, incorporating different flavors. You can make a grilled cheese into so many different things. One of my personal favorites is using wild mushrooms, a little bit of Gruyere, Swiss, and a little bit of pesto on a nice bread. And it's just absolutely savory, paired with a good thing of soup. But today, we're going to be demonstrating a caprese grilled cheese. So I'm going to have a nice thing of mozzarella. We got a good tomato. Usually I like to use a San Marzano tomato, which is I like to consider the king of tomatoes. So I'm going to start off. I already sliced half of it, ready to go. I'm going to make sure that my knife and my fingers are pretty much parallel. So going down at a nice angle, get a nice thick slice of this. And what I'm going to do with this is I got a little bit of a powder mixture already made up, our bada bang spice here, and a balsamic powder as well. And what I'm doing with these tomatoes is macerating them. Macerating is actually incorporating flavor. It's the same thing that we were talking about with a hydroscopic response. Essentially, I'm pulling the moisture out of these tomatoes and flavoring it. Another form of maceration, what you guys might be most familiar with, is with strawberries and sugar. It's just one of those things that's an amazing way to incorporate those flavor. So I got ones already pre-made and done, but what I'm going to be doing with this is just taking this mixture, and it's just a nice amount. And as long as it has salt or sugar in it, you're ready to go. So I'm sprinkling this on there. Nice elevated state, so I got a nice disbursement. I'm going to flip it. Go back on the other side. And I'm going to let this sit for about an hour. I'm going to pull some of that moisture out. Got the balsamic flavor in there. And I'm going to quickly caramelize these. Just real simple, real easy, and I'll be ready to go. A nice griddle sitting on there. And I'm just going to do these, I would say, about 20 seconds on each side. I don't want this tomato to get soggy. And this is going to activate those spices in here, just trying to get the flavor going. So the best way to make a great grilled cheese is by using a clarified butter. So clarified butter is simply removing the dairy fats out of this butter. It takes such an easy process, but it raises the smoke point. So I'm just going to be using a standard butter today. Just keep it at a lower temperature. I'm going to start toasting my bread up first. Make sure I got all that oil, all that buttery good oil on that flavor, on that bread. And I'm going to get that mozzarella cheese. I personally like to use a fresh mozzarella just because it has a nice tendency to melt a lot quicker and it's very stringy. And when you're dealing with a grilled cheese, the stringier the better. But some additional ideas that you can do with grilled cheese, do some cream cheese, maybe some roasted jalapenos, and do and add some American cheese, and do a jalapeno popper. Grilled cheese can be anything you want to make it. It can be any style of bread. I've seen people use donuts before. It could be anything. So I'm going to increase the heat up a little bit. I'm going to add my tomato slices on here. And the next thing I want to do is the secret trick that nobody really knows. And I'm going to use steaming method. So the steam method is real simple. I'm just going to cover this up with an aluminum pan or anything that's going to be heat safe. So with that, I'm going to spray some water on there, and I'm going to use the steam to help cook the outside of it. Help cook that cheese and melt it down a lot quicker. And that's a big trick that they use with any of your melted cheese for burgers or anything like that. within the restaurants. So when we were talking about that all that steaming, I got a little bit in here already, but you want to make sure that you go away from the bread. Make sure you do it under the bread. In that sense, so you don't get the soggy bread. Nobody wants soggy bread except unless you're a duck. So with that, got it all pieced up together. And ooh, does that look good? Got the melted texture. It got the nice good crust. Want to check both sides. Very important you do so. Perfect. So I'm just going to let this go. This is the point where you add those little final touches. I'm going to add a little bit more water, and I'm going to steam this up just a tad bit more. And then we'll be finished with that. Just takes a little bit of water, and so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm putting it underneath. And I just want to get that steam effect, and that's going to allow so many things to melt. And it's just be a lot quicker, and it's just make sure that everything's really, really good. So with that, we finish up the grilled cheese. And the ultimate thing, serve this with a good soup, and you'll be set. So, as you know, April is National Grilled Cheese Month. So I encourage you to come down here, pick out your own style of grilled cheese, or you can come up and ask me. I'll give you plenty of ideas for amazing grilled cheese, because April's Grilled Cheese Month. You got to celebrate it. You got the amazing flavor. Look at that. Got the tomatoes cooked through, and you're ready to go. Just dip it into some soup. I want you to come down here, Colonel D Gourmet Herbs and Spices, either at Finley Market or at Jungle Jim's. Check us out and see what we can cook up for you. I'll see you next time.